Hello, this is Pete,
Alice
and Pip from Adventure Pedlars.
Pedlars.
Now, we've been lucky enough to be caught on lockdown in Asturias in northern Spain.
So we've been here for about 6 weeks now.
Before all this happened, I was in training for some bikepacking expeditions and races that I would have had coming up this summer. But as it turns out, because of the no cycling policy here in Spain, that all kind of dropped off. The result of that, however, was that I gave myself a bit of a back injury by just suddenly stopping all that activity. And it might well have been picking up this little man repeatedly as well.
So luckily enough for Pete, he's on lockdown with a physio and a yoga teacher, me, and we managed to put together a programme to try to help with his back pain. The reason why we're bringing it to you today is that it's really relevant to cyclists as part of like an injury prevention protocol. When we do a lot of cycling, we lose the balance in our body, so certain muscles become much stronger than others. We develop certain postures, which we kind of get stuck in a little bit. So the idea of this programme really is just to bring a bit of balance to the body and hopefully make you feel a bit more spacious on a bike, a bit more in balance on a bike and off the bike as well.
Obviously, everyone's on lockdown in different situations, and no matter where you are, it's really important to kind of look after yourself. You know, we found this on our bike travels, whether we're in a tent or even like now being stuck in a place with a 1-year-old. Either way, it is just really important to for your body and for your mind to keep looking after yourself.
Just taking a little bit of time, even if there's a couple of these postures that you find in this programme that you think, oh, that feels really nice, just do those. So
let's see how we get on.
Okay, so coming to a standing position, allowing the feet to be on the ground, perhaps lifting the toes, giving the toes a little bit of a wiggle. Imagining we've got a hook on top of our heads, pulling us tall, chins gently tucked in, drawing the navel towards the spine, allowing the spine to be spacious, perhaps a little wiggle just to become comfortable, rolling the shoulders. Let's raise up the arms above our head, interlacing the fingers and stretching the hands towards the ceiling, stretching tall, and then very gently side bending over to one side. If you want to deepen that, you can cross over that same foot over the front of the other leg, so we've got kind of a curved position here. Then releasing that one, stepping over to the other side if we choose to, and doing that little side bend over. And so at the moment, Pete, I believe, is feeling kind of a stretch coming down here. It's really helping to loosen off the muscles here which go into the IT bands. And then when you're ready, just coming back to centre, releasing the leg, releasing the arms, and then bringing the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, sending the elbows backwards, so we're opening through the front of the body here, and then gently looking up towards the sky and only going as far as feels comfortable. So taking a big breath in here, so really filling up the lungs. And then as we breathe out, those elbows come towards each other, the chin tucks towards the chest, and we curl down that top part of the back. And then breathing in again, we're moving back up again. And then when we breathe out, bringing those elbows forwards, chin towards the chest, and we're rolling down and continuing. So we're releasing the hands now, bending the knees and coming to dangle here. Just taking a moment, bend those knees as much as you like, and then bringing the hands down to the ground, looking up, and then stepping back with that left foot and dropping down that knee. So we're aiming here to get a bit of a stretch coming around the front of that back leg and coming up into our lunge position. So from our lunge, squeezing the inner thighs together, allowing that spine to be long. And then as we breathe in, let's stretch up the arms. And out, bringing the arms back down, leaning forwards with the body, sending the fingers behind. Breathing in, stretching up. And out, back down. One last time. And then when you bring the hands down this time, coming to the inside of that front foot and just pausing here. You can stay resting on your hands, maybe coming down to your forearms.
Not a chance.
And then coming back up to centre, bringing the hands down towards the ground and stepping back to 4-point kneeling position. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. And we're going to do the cat-cow. So starting from the tailbone here, allowing that tailbone to drop down, the rest of the back arches up, and last of all the head drops. And then taking in a big breath here and out. Then as we breathe in next, the tailbone tips up towards the ceiling, the belly drops, last of all the head lifts as we breathe in. And then repeating this a couple of times, so breathing out, waving that spine, and breathing in as we come back up. And then coming to a neutral spine position, so you're back halfway between the cat, halfway between the cow, drawing the navel towards the back. And as we do, stretch away the left hand. If it feels all right, stretch away the right foot and hold here for a moment. Okay, so breathing in. As we breathe out, bring your elbow towards your knee. Breathing in, stretch away. And out, elbow to knee. And one more time. Elbow to knee. And then bringing the hands back to centre, perhaps just circling those wrists for a moment. Coming back down, stretching away that right hand if that feels okay. Stretch away that left foot. Big breath in. As we breathe out, elbow to knee. Breathing in, stretch away. And out. In. And out. And coming back to that 4-point kneeling, and then bringing the big toes together, maybe making the knees a little wider, and sitting the buttocks down onto the heels, stretching through the fingertips, and if we like, bringing the chest down towards the ground. Maybe the head comes to the ground, maybe actually you'd like to rest your forehead on your hands. And as we lie in this position, we're aiming, if we can, to breathe really deeply, almost as if we're trying to bring the air to this area. It's a lovely stretch to really stretch out your paraspinal muscles that run up the back, the length of the spine here. It just helps all these muscles here to let go a little. You can even work into the top bits of the glutes as well. Just that area that gets so kind of mangled up in cycling, just really letting it just let go. And breathing is really, really helpful here just to facilitate this. Okay, so walking the hands back up to come to a seated position again, and then we'll move into our plank. Hands at the top of the mat, stepping back. Knees can be up or down, drawing in through the belly button. We've got a straight line from shoulders, buttocks, heels. Just going to rest.
Hang on.
Just keep breathing, pressing through your heels.
Just leave me here. Oi!
Keep breathing. You need to work on your core feet, so this is good. Okay, next we're going to end up lying on the floor, so we can go through yoga move called chaturanga, which start by bending our elbows, keeping our elbows close into the body as we slowly lower down, keeping that body in a straight position, doing it really nice and slowly. If you like to make it a bit hard, you can pause here before you reach the ground. Maybe even press back up to the full plank, or just go back down to the ground. Let's go all the way down.
Oh, you're evil.
Lovely, really nice. Releasing the toes, and then coming up onto the forearms here. So we've got elbows below the shoulders, just allowing the belly to relax down towards the mat. So this variation, the Sphinx poses, is kind of a non-active one, so allow the buttock muscles to relax down a little bit. And then let's release back down, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, press up to that 4-point kneeling position before pressing up to a downward facing dog. So in our downward dog, we're aiming to kind of lift up through the buttocks. We've got a nice long spine. And from that downward dog position, let's float up the left leg towards the sky. Bend the knee and bring that foot to in between the hands. Take a few jumps, that's fine. Drop that knee and we're onto that lunge on the other side. So lifting up the torso, you can move the hips forwards a little bit and down. And we've got this nice long back. We're drawing the navel towards the spine. Let's breathe in, stretch up through the hands, and out, back down as we fold forward. Stretching up, out, back down. Last one. And as we come back down, bringing the hands to the inside of that front foot. Just pausing here for a moment. And then bringing the hands back to either side of that front foot, stepping back into that downward facing dog. And this time let's float up that right leg towards the ceiling and bring that knee towards the left hand, bringing the shin diagonally. Now at this point, if you think, oh, my knee doesn't like that, please don't do this posture, I'll do an alternative. Okay, and then releasing that back foot, sliding back. So we're going into our pigeon posture here. So first we've got a curve in the back, we're stretching through the chest. And we can choose to stay here, or we may want to walk the hands forwards, folding forwards. Okay, so any knee pain at all, if this doesn't feel right, a great variation to do would be lying on your back, bringing that right foot onto the top of the left thigh, hands behind that left thigh, and just drawing that leg in, letting the head relax on the ground. Okay, and then let's start to release off. So let's walk the hands up, tucking those back toes under, weight into the hands as we move back into our downward dog. Breathing in as we float up that left foot, breathing out that left knee to that left wrist, shin at a diagonal, slide that back leg back, rescue pick. Okay, so we can do, again, pigeon or any knee pain at all. Please come into the variation we did on the other side. Then let's walk up through those hands and we can just fall over onto that left side, bring that right foot in front, bringing both the legs out in front of us. Give them a shake. Let's draw the toes towards us. Let's keep that left leg straight, bend the right knee, foot on the inside of the leg, sitting up tall as we stretch the left hand towards the big toe. Might make the big toe, maybe the shin, maybe the knee, maybe the thigh, and then spiraling that heart up towards the sky. So we've got a big twist here, stretching the other hand up towards the sky, and then we're kind of side bending as if this top hand is going to catch the big toe. Okay, so the aim is that we're getting a stretch coming down the side of the body here, going into the top of the buttocks. Okay, then gently coming out of that and going over to the other side. And then releasing off. Bring the legs out in front, bending up those knees, sitting up tall, stretching the fingers away. And then drawing the navel towards the spine, let's gently tip the pelvis backwards. And then let's slowly roll down, imagining we're pressing one vertebra at a time onto the mat until we're coming to lie down. Then drawing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe make some circles here. Just a little bit of a back massage. And then keeping the knees together, the ankles together, bring the arms out to a T. And let those knees roll over to the right hand side. And taking your time here, being gentle
with your body. If it feels really intense, you may want to bring your hand and just support your bottom knee or your top knee. That can just sometimes help the body to release down a little bit more. And you may want to look over to the left and just breathing here. And you stay here as long as you like, really. But bringing the head back to centre, bringing those knees back to centre. You're taking a little bit of a circle there with those knees. And then when you're ready, going over to the other side. If you want to take it further, you might want to stretch out that top leg, maybe catching the toe with your hand, or maybe you just want to stay where you are. Then coming back to centre again, head to centre, knees to centre, hugging those knees into the chest. And then gently allow the legs to straighten. Bring the feet as wide as the mat, let the toes relax. Bring the hands either to the belly or just relaxing on the ground next to you. Rescue child. And close your eyes. Just breathing there, allowing the belly to fill, allowing the muscles of the body to just let go. Sometimes it can help to repeat in your head, just let go, let go. You can stay here as long as you like. Just allowing that body to consolidate the practice here. For now, I'll say thank you and namaste.
Well, I feel better for that. Thanks for joining us in that practice today. I know obviously it's not an easy time to look after yourself, but just like I find on any of my cycle tours or bikepacking races, like you can always find a spare 10 minutes to do some of those exercises, can't you?
Absolutely. And also these exercises, it's about listening to your body. If something feels amazing, do it. If something feels not quite right and you don't like how it feels, then stop. Don't feel like you have to push through. It's no pain, no gain in this scenario at all.
But I definitely find that the more regularly you do that kind of stuff, even if you're fitting it in around a day with, active children,
particularly if you're fitting it into an active day,
it's definitely all possible.
Totally. But if you do have any questions about what you've seen here, email address on the screen now.
Is it?
It will be.
All right, guys, have a really good time and stay positive, and hopefully we'll see some of you again when we finally make it back to the UK.
In real life.